Hello, America. This is Call of Duty Goddess. Today is May the 26th, 2016. I'm at Judicial Watch's Corruption Chronicles at an article titled Obama Food Stamp Free for All. Feds bust largest fraud operation in U.S. history. Dated May the 13th, 2016. President Obama's expanded food stamp program, certifying flea market retailers as vendors to provide low-income neighborhoods with fresh produce, has ripped open a Pandora's box of fraud and corruption. This week, federal authorities in South Florida busted the largest food stamp fraud operation in U.S. history. 22 defendants in the largely black and Hispanic areas of Miami-Dade County swindled the government out of $13 million by fraudulently trading food stamps for cash. The crooked vendors operated food and produce stands at a local flea market as part of the First Lady Michelle Obama's initiative to eradicate food deserts, common in poor minority communities where fresh, healthy food is tough to find or often unavailable. The feds say the business owners and their employees let food stamp recipients use their welfare benefit to get cash in exchange for a cut of the money. They swiped the recipient's Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP card, for an inflated amount, doled out cash, and kept a percentage. In most instances, the recipient didn't actually get food, according to federal authorities. These flea market retailers are charged with having taken advantage of a provision in the SNAP program designed to provide locally sourced fresh produce and meat to low-income families who otherwise would likely have no option for such food items, said a special agent with the U.S. Department of Agriculture, Office of Inspector General, in an announcement. The USDA funds the food stamps, which are then distributed by the states. Thousands of food stamps recipients are believed to have exchanged their benefit for cash in this flea market scheme that defrauded the American taxpayer and denied healthy foods to needy children and their families, according to the USDA OIG agent Karen Citizen Wilcox. In a press conference attended by Judicial Watch in the Justice Department's Miami headquarters this week, federal prosecutors coined the case Operation Stampede. The defendants, all authorized by the government to accept food stamps as part of the administration's new initiative, face up to 20 years in prison. Authorities didn't, however, touch on consequences that the food stamp recipient should face for also breaking the law. They also committed fraud by knowingly taking cash instead of food, which is illegal under program rules. This has been going on for some time, and in fact, Judicial Watch reported in 2012 on a federal audit that found food stamp recipients were using their welfare benefit to buy drugs, weapons, and other contraband from unscrupulous vendors. The same investigation also determined that some trade food stamps for reduced amounts of cash, like in this latest Florida flea market case. 2 years later, Judicial Watch reported that SNAP benefits were being sold online using social media, such as Facebook, Twitter, and e-commerce websites like Craigslist and eBay. This hasn't stopped the administration from expanding the food stamp rolls in the name of reducing food insecurity, which are currently at more than 45 million according to the latest USDA figures. This translates into tens of billions of dollars for a bloated program that saw its annual spending more than double in just 5 years. Besides the free groceries, the administration has also dedicated tens of millions more to provide food stamp recipients with free fruits and veggies as part of the First Lady's effort to revolutionize the inner city diet. Among them is a $31.5 million effort to create projects that increase the purchase of fruits and vegetables among low-income consumers that already get food stamps, and a $1.9 million research center that will find ways to help recipients make healthier and wiser food choices. This is no joke. The new compound will be known as the Center for Behavioral Economics and Healthy Food Choice. Oh my gosh, the Center for Behavioral Economics and Food Choice, huh? I get an Orwellian kind of picture in my mind of people being hooked up to all kinds of things and spying equipment. And also, this has always bothered me. Using a card instead of stamps and calling it SNAP to avoid a certain stigma. That's just to bleed our system dry. There should always be a stigma when collecting something free. You know, people should have to work for things. Everybody else does. Maybe I'm wrong in that. Tell me if you think I'm wrong. I think if I have to work for my food and, I'm capable of it and you're capable of it, then we should all have to work for our food. And another thing is, how many things have you seen that is the largest fraud operation in history since Obama came into office? How many things have you, and maybe it's not titled the largest fraud operation in history, but Obama has done some major things that is the largest everything in U.S. history, which is not good. Anyway, tell me your thoughts on this. This is Call of Duty Goddess signing off, and as always, I've got your 6.